Hi everyone, welcome back to Lunch Break.
Hello!
We've got something super fun for you.
That's right. We're hosting a Halloween pet costume contest. And we want to see your pets in their best costumes.
The contest open right now. And you have until Thursday, October 23rd to get your entries in.
Then we'll pick 5 finalists and we'll announce them on Friday, October 24th's episode. And each finalist will win a special sticker pack designed by Marie herself after our dog Garik, as you see right here.
Then the community gets to vote for the winner. This voting gonna run from October 24th to October 27th.
The grand prize winner will be revealed on October 28th's episode. As their prize, they will receive a custom painting done by Marie of their pet.
All the instruction you can find in the description down below.
We can't wait to see your spooky, awesome pets. Let's make this a really cute Halloween, shall we, Marie?
Yeah, and good luck.
And now for the episode. Hi, I'm Jay,
Hello, I'm Marie.
and you're watching another spooky episode of Lunch Break. So up until this point, Marie, we've done a couple of episodes that kind of were on like the supernatural edge, right?
Yes.
These stories, while kind of creepy, are a little bit more based in reality.
Ooh.
So we are going to be reading from the subreddit, Let's Not Meet. People describe some really weird close encounters with people, whether they were followed or they felt threatened. As far as we know, OPs are safe because they made the posts. But I think these would be some interesting stories to share and review.
Yeah, and I hope we can spook our viewers.
Let's get into it. Am I overreacting or is my mailman creepy?
Mailman creepy.
Well, that was a story. Goodbye, kids. No, let's get into it. This will be a long one, so sorry in advance. I, 23-year-old female, live alone in a decently nice apartment in a nice neighborhood for 2 years now. For the most part, the mail gets delivered to the mailboxes at the front entrance of the building. Occasionally, packages are delivered straight to apartment doors, and it's pretty convenient. Well, about a year ago, I was home from work during the day because I took the afternoon off to go to a doctor's appointment. The doorbell rang, and I have a Ring camera. I saw it was the mailman, so I answered. I have this whole exchange on video. He was maybe in his 30s, white, short like 5'5"-ish, very large glasses, really disheveled, thin hair.
I'm sorry, 5'5" short? I'm 5'5".
Well, for a man that's kind of short, and as a very tall man myself, I can say that.
Okay. How tall the OP? If you're watching, write it down. How tall you are. We're just curious. It's really important. It's not, but just curious.
I opened the door, smiled, and said, "Thanks so much," and went to take the package. He stopped and stared at me like something was wrong. So I was like, "Oh, sorry, did you need to take a picture of the delivery or something?" And to my surprise, he said, "I know you. I've seen you before. And you can see on the camera my face changes, my body demeanor gets uncomfortable, and I move behind the door." I said, "I'm sorry, I don't think we've met." I went to shut the door, but he raises his voice and takes a step forward and said, "I've seen your name on your mail. I found you on Instagram." My face went white and I froze. I said, "Me?" I was kind of like a deer in headlights. He said, "Yeah, you're a person of interest on Instagram for me. Your account was private, but you're pretty." I said, "Thanks," and slammed the door, locking it quickly.
If someone tell you like, "Yeah, I find you on Instagram," man, do you understand? I can go to your work and I can tell you that you harassing me and you trying to stalking me in a social media and you lose your job and I destroy you.
How about we continue the story? Maybe we'll answer some questions.
Okay.
I was happy to know I caught the whole thing on video. I showed it to my then boyfriend who agreed it was weird. A few days later on Saturday, he's back at my door. He rang the bell about 10 times, waiting a few minutes, just staring. I answered him through the doorbell and said, "Hi, you can just leave an email. Thanks." What he said next made me shake. He said, "I actually don't have any mail for you today. I just wanted to say hi. Can I come in for a glass of water?" I decided to just not answer. To be honest, I didn't know what to say. But then about 2 weeks go by. My then boyfriend stayed the night and slept in. I left early for work. I get a call around 10:30 from my boyfriend. I won't believe what just happened, and to check the camera. I do. The mailman came. He rang the bell a few times, and my boyfriend answered the door. The mailman took a step back, and my boyfriend stood for a moment, and they stared at each other. He realized the mailman didn't have anything in his hands. He said, "Can I help you?" And the mailman said, "Where's a small girl who lives here? I'm pretty petite. I'm slightly under 5 foot, 100 pounds. My boyfriend was stunned and said, "I live here too. From now on, leave our packages downstairs," and slammed the door. I was really happy he said that because truthfully, he didn't live with me full time, maybe 2 nights a week. It seemed to work. I didn't see the mailman again at all, actually. My then boyfriend and I broke up a few months ago. I completely forgot about the mailman until today. I was entering my building where he was exiting at the same time I was entering. He stared at me and I went to walk by. He turned to walk after me and said, "Hey, I haven't seen that guy in a while who used to live with you. Did he move out?" I panicked and walked faster, grabbing my keys, but I lied and said, "Oh, he's around." And as I entered quickly, I said, "Hey, honey, I'm home," and slammed it fast. I don't know why I lied, but something told me to make it clear I wasn't alone. Am I being dramatic or mean? Or is he creepy?
I said in the beginning, creepy, creepy, creepy.
You're right to be taking this extremely seriously. This kind of thing can escalate quickly. I would report him to your local post office because that's also super unprofessional and certainly against their basic code of conduct. Send them the Ring camera videos when you report him and request that he never deliver mail to your building again, or you will report him to the police for harassment. Also make sure you have very secure locks on your door. Maybe add an extra chain or deadbolt. You really don't want to take any chances with this. Be aware when entering and exiting your building and avoid being alone with them at all costs. Bad things can happen in elevators, stairwells, or even hallways, like a man shoving a woman into her own apartment and following after her. Never answer the door if he comes up to it, regardless of whether he has mail. As long as he thinks you have a man in the house, he will probably leave you alone, but there's really no guarantee. I've had a stalker before, and sometimes they escalate. It can get bad, so take care of yourself.
I think that's the reason why most of the women right now have stuff for protection, like a really loud, like siren, when you just pull. Like it's like a grenade. You just pull it and just start yelling really loud. Or like pepper spray or like a stun gun. When you're a girl, you can do like a lot of damage with this if you're like a small girl who's trying to protect yourself, but you actually can stop person to harassing you for this moment for you can run away.
Well, I would say self-defense is very important, but please refer to your local laws and practices. Make sure you're not breaking any laws, but do what you can to protect yourself.
And also go to the like some kind of courses. You can learn some protection.
Or you can try another suggestion. To go a step farther, leave some men's boots in front of your door. The Goodwill has cheap worn-in pairs you can get cheap. This will make it look like a man lives there. Well, Marie, I think the story has a kind of slightly happy ending, or at least a resolution. There's a couple of updates. First update, I took everyone's advice. Thank you all so much. I decided to reach out to the super of my apartment and explain the situation and show him the videos. He said he will implement a new policy that male personnel are not permitted to walk around the complex. Simply go to the designated mailroom and leave. I also got large men's work boots and put them outside my door. And in the comments, she said she even like changes how they look sometimes. But she always leaves them outside the door, so to make it look like someone kicked them off and left them. But I think she followed someone else's advice and took it a step further to protect herself. Second update. Wow, I wasn't expecting so many people to care about my story. Thank you, everyone. I took the advice and everyone telling me this isn't acceptable and decided it was time to call the postmaster. I sent them the video recordings I had and they assured me they will be looking into the matter as well as assigning a new mailman to my route. I also made sure to go down to my local police precinct and file an incident report, and they have the videos as well. Thank you, everyone. Also, I'm flattered so many people are concerned, but I'm getting a lot of requests to post the videos. Considering I am in them and it shows my apartment and this is still ongoing, I prefer not to post them publicly yet. If anyone thinks they have experienced the same thing with them, please DM me. I'll send the videos privately, just not on the public forum.
Have sense.
Yeah, do what you can to protect yourself, whether that's self-defense, take some courses, making it look like you're not alone when unfortunately you are in this situation, or carrying some things that make you a little bit more able to defend yourself. It's a very creepy story.
Yeah, it's actually a really creepy story. It doesn't matter if you're small woman or a big man. You can be stalked by anyone in any situation. They can see you on internet and social media, think that they know you. Be careful.
I think June saved me from a terrible fate.
What about July?
Can we get into the story? Someone posted on another sub something about security, and for some reason, it reminded me of a really weird occurrence that took place when I was in college. I thought you all might get a kick out of it. I was around 20 years old. I'm a female. I subleased a friend's place for the summer. It was one of those houses built for college students in a subdivision that's all college students. The house has 4 bedrooms. I rented 1 bedroom, but the other roommates were out of town for the summer as well. So I was alone.
That's the ghost of a hungry cat.
Coincidentally, one of my friends had a younger sibling that needed to find a home for her rescue pit for the summer. I had boxers all my life and always loved Pitbulls. I'd always been curious. To this day, I'm so glad I had that dog. I swear she saved me, possibly my life.
Wow.
I'm obsessive about 2 things because of who I am as a person: cleaning and locking doors, setting alarms when I leave or I'm alone, which meant I was locking and setting the alarm a lot that summer because I was alone. The first night I had the Pitbull, her name was June, not July.
Not August.
I was a little nervous, if I'm being honest. I didn't know until my friend dropped the dog off, but my friend's sibling had just rescued this pit, like less than a month ago. Clearly, I should have asked more questions. I was nervous because this dog was a bit apprehensive about me and fresh out of the shelter or rescue. Wherever my friend's sibling found her, this was clear by the way she interacted with me and the home surroundings. It was clear June had been abused. This dog had scars all over her body and by the looks of it had semi-recently given birth. Also worth noting, June was hooked out. This dog was absolutely jacked. I'd rehabbed a dog before, so I felt I was up to the challenge. After all, I had the entire summer and it was just June and I.
Gosh, poor baby.
Note, this house has those magnetic fob locks. A door at the front of the house, which faced the rest of the houses in the neighborhood. There was also a door at the back of the house, which faced sort of an alley where I parked my car. I locked any door anytime I used it, as well as the door to the bedroom whenever I went to sleep. I had June in the bedroom with me. There was an alarm on the house, but the girls that actually lived there, remember, I was subleasing, never set it up and didn't have the desire to do so, which meant I was relying on the locks. Night 1. I get into bed, direct June to the comfy plush bed I put together for her, laid her toys in it, super soft, blankets, the works. I guess June decided nah, because the next thing I knew she was in the bed with me, facing me with her head, and all those teeth a few inches from mine. I barely slept because I was so scared I'd accidentally roll onto her foot or something, scare her, and end up with my face eaten off. Yes, I know this is silly, but it's what was going through my mind as I laid awake, staring at this massive, absolutely unit of a dog. Night 2, same thing, except I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning to June staring directly into my soul. We're bonding. Night 3, we spent the evening watching movies, snuggling. I shared my pizza crusts, and she was definitely feeling the love because she finally let me scratch her belly and started to act like a puppy and less like the recently released inmate. Morning after night 3. I wake up and it's still really early in the morning, as in it's like 6:30, 7 a.m. I usually got up around 9 a.m. for my class at noon. As I'm coming out of the sleepy stupor, trying to get my bearing and understand why the hell I'm awake so early, I clock June. June is absolutely snarling at the bedroom door, body slamming the door, sniffing while snarling the base of the door, lunging over and over at the handle of the door. It was absolutely terrifying, but I wasn't afraid of her. I quickly realized something or someone is right outside my bedroom door and jiggling the door handle, which I'd locked. I do live in Texas, so I grabbed my 12 gauge that I kept under my bed and racked it. It's a very, very old and very loud gun. So for the sake of the rest of the story, M equals me, RG equals random guys.
Guys. Multiple.
Who's there? Maintenance, we're maintenance. We didn't mean to scare you. We're here to fix the dishwasher. I didn't put in a maintenance request, and the dishwasher's in the kitchen on the first floor. Yeah, we were told no one was here. I'm training a new guy and thought I'd show him what most of the houses look like inside. At this point, June is losing her ever-loving mind, and I'm armed, kind of annoyed that these idiots had woken me up so early. Then it dawns on me. I deadbolted the doors. Maybe the maintenance people had some way to bypass the deadbolts. I honestly don't know. This was time when the magnetic fobs were kind of new, or new to the apartments near campus anyway. I should have been more scared, but I could tell these guys were shitting their pants between hearing the monster on the other side of the door and my gun racking. So I cracked the door a smidge, just enough for them to see the gun, June foaming at the mouth, and so I can get a look at their uniform to confirm whether they were real servicemen or not. Weirdly enough, they didn't have on any uniforms. There were 3 men. 2 men looked like they had it rough. They were maybe in their early 40s, and the other guy was in his mid-20s. All 3 of these men were dirty, like they'd been sleeping outside maybe. The clothes appeared clean, but they had not seen a shower in a hot minute. I tell them to leave, or I open the door, let June out. I tell them I'll call the front office and clear this up, but for now they need to leave. And sure enough, all 3 men turned around and got out of my house. Once the men left, I checked the doors and the back door was unlocked. I checked it the night before, no chance I forgot to lock it. I called the front office the minute it was open at 8 a.m., to which they said they hadn't dispatched any maintenance men that day and asked me for a description of the men. I'm not sure if they were ever caught, but I certainly hope so. I have never been so scared in my life. I used my gun when hunting, but never once pointed it at a person. In that specific housing complex, at least 5 women were attacked in weeks before this encounter, so I was definitely on edge. I kept June the entire summer and would have tried to adopt her as we definitely bonded and I knew she had my back. I felt so safe with her, but the place I was moving into wasn't a place she'd be happy, as it didn't have a yard and it was really small. To this day, I'm convinced June saved me from something truly horrible. To the maintenance men, may we never meet again.
Thank you, June. Dogs are cool. That's scary. If someone break in and just start trying to open your door, it's so good to sleep with a dog. First, warm.
Very.
Second, slippery. Third,
Great slippery.
all your face covered with the saliva. It's pretty slippery. And third, protect. You feel protect. You feel like if something gonna happen, you're gonna be protect. But with our dog, I need to protect him.
He is a loud barker though.
Oh,
He's a big boy.
He have like a different barks. Like bark, I wanna go to bed and you're not in the bed yet. Bark, give me a treat. And bark, go away from here.
I'm gonna eat your soul.
That's how he sounds.
But he's a sweet boy too.
Yeah, he's so sweet.
That was definitely creepy.
That was creepy.
If you have any creepy stories you want to share with us and you want us to discuss it here on the channel, make sure you hit us up on our subreddit r/lunchbreak_GSP. And if Marie, if they aren't creeps, what should they do?
So you need to like, comment, and subscribe on our channel. And you need to go and watch other videos and do the same thing, like and left a comment.
Yes, absolutely. We've been cranking these out, and Halloween is almost upon us, so expect more episodes like this. And until next time, bye.
Bye.